Okay, just friends.
A 1, 2, 3, 4.
Why are you here tonight?
Because we have loved and adored him for so many years.
Just friends.
When we found out he was here and we couldn't even get a hotel room, we were going to sleep in the car.
Just friends.
Are you jealous?
No way, because I like him just as much. I don't love him, but I like him.
To think of what we've been.
Each time he appears, wherever he appears, we show up.
When he sings, they get a little goosebumps.
This is the sort of gush you'd expect over some teen idol like Ricky Martin. But these fans passed puberty in the Elvis era, and their idol?
He can sing in my bedroom.
Well, he is a sex symbol for the Social Security set.
Just two friends, but with one broken heart.
Jimmy Rosselli. Over the years, he's sung on stages from the Copa to Carnegie Hall.
I've had 50, 60 years of singing in different places, some nice places, some where they would have intermission to take the wounded out every hour.
But Rosselli's career is no joke. He's released 32 albums.
Oh, you look great.
And developed a devoted group of fans.
I got to give you a kiss, too.
Who go see him wherever he performs, like here at Caesars in Atlantic City. Now, at 74, suddenly Jimmy Rosselli is hot. Aside from the sold-out shows, there's a new book about him. And get this, we're told a movie's in the works with John Travolta and his wife, Kelly Preston, playing Jimmy, and his wife, Donna.
We're coming back to our stamping ground where we first met.
Okay, but the fact is, most of us have never even heard of Jimmy Rosselli. Do you think you received the kind of respect that you deserve?
Oh, I never had any trouble getting the respect that I deserve. As a matter of fact, I demand it.
I believe you. But why then does he remain unheard and unheard of beyond Italian neighborhoods like the one he grew up in? Well, it's an Italian thing. This is classic Rosselli, the Italian ballad Mala Femina, or A Bad Woman. Along with familiar tunes in English, about half of his songs he sings in Neapolitan, the dialect of Naples. Rosselli learned it from his grandfather when he was a boy in Hoboken.
My mother died when I was born next day, and my father took off. He was a young man, he was a fighter. My grandfather took care of me from when I was 3 weeks old, and he didn't speak a word of English, so always spoke Italian at the table. And he used to take me to all the Italian shows.
Rosselli realized that immigrants like his grandfather were willing to pay to hear songs that reminded them of the old country. Choose any song you like and just sing a little bit of it for me in Napolese.
Oh, state vicino a me per una sera. Stay close to me, even if it's only for one more night.
It's a
language that's not even spoken in Naples anymore, so his singing, more than ever, connects his fans with a past that's rapidly fading.
I get the Italo-Americans who remember their grandparents and their parents that used to sing those Italian songs, and they sit there and cry.
But that also kept Rosselli a hidden treasure of the Italian community.
Nobody knew who he was. But if you met an Italian person, it was like you became an instant friend.
David Evanier wrote Rosselli's biography, Making the Wise Guys Weep.
To Italian people, he represented home, family. They would immediately tell you stories about their grandmothers doing little dances on Sunday mornings to Rosselli music while cooking the sauce.
Well, let's go back to the Italian songs. Let's do another Italian song.
Now, the image of a sweet old Italian woman cooking pasta is as familiar a stereotype as the one that all Italian men have ties to the mob. Rosselli does, and he's proud of it. You have never been shy about talking about your friendships and relationships with members of the mob.
They're fans of mine. What do I interview each fan and say, what do you do for a living? I could care less what they do for a living.
Well, some of these guys are killers and extortionists and
That's their business. That's their business. That's not mine. I'm an entertainer. And when they come to see me, I entertain them. Who are they going to go listen to, Eddie Fisher?
And sometimes they give gifts, like a gold watch he owns.
It was John Gotti gave me the watch.
Gotti gave?
John Gotti gave me. when I sang at his son's wedding.
He sang for Gotti Jr., but he drew the line at Don Corleone. Rosselli says Francis Coppola asked him to sing the song in Godfather 2, but he declined.
He said, "We don't pay you." I says, you made $400 million on two movies, and you don't want to pay me? I don't need this movie.
Of course, it was that other singer from Hoboken who denied having associations with mobsters, like the one he's posing with here, the notorious Carlo Gambino. Frank Sinatra was also the son of immigrants, also grew up in Hoboken, in fact, on the same street a block from Rosselli. The closeness ends there. Have you suffered, though, by the comparison?
Not really. I don't think so. It's not bad to be compared with Sinatra. As far as a singer is concerned, anyway.
As impartially as you can put it, who do you think is a better singer, Sinatra or Rosselli?
I don't know. That's a close call.
For what is a man? What has he got?
If not himself, then he has not.
I think Sinatra had a great style, a great voice, but he didn't have the pipes that Rosselli had.
No?
Of course, his manager told me that many times. Frank says he wishes he had your pipes.
Dennis Della Fave is a lifelong pal of Rosselli.
Jimmy is a true saloon singer. So when the song My Way is sung by Rosselli, it truly was his song. Frank never sang in a saloon. He didn't know what it was like to sing in a joint. Jimmy did. And if you hear him sing it, no offense to Frank, Frank's a great singer, but it's Jimmy's song.
It's well known that you and he feuded for many, many years. You have said that Sinatra seriously damaged and crippled your career.
Well, he wasn't really a nice person. He was a great entertainer and a great singer, but he wasn't my type guy.
What is it that you think Sinatra did that damaged your career?
Well, he stopped them from playing my records on WNEW, which was the station in New York for good music at the time.
But Sinatra wasn't really to blame for Rosselli's career problems.
Rosselli never had a more effective enemy than Jimmy Rosselli. At very key moments in his career, like the Ed Sullivan Show, Jimmy walked off that show. He did 3 shows. He was booked for 10.
Headlining the bill, Jimmy Rosselli. So let's bring him on with the next.
When I was on his show, I waited an hour and a half. I mean, he had me come over there, and Sullivan wasn't a great payer.
Yeah, but being on the Ed Sullivan Show...
I know everybody says that, but that's probably why I never became a star like Sinatra. I didn't think that way.
Rockabye, your baby.
He says Ed Sullivan paid him $500 for an appearance.
Melody. And when you cruise.
But these days, Rosselli gets paid. A night at Caesars is worth about $250,000. Despite his stubborn, self-destructive behavior, Rosselli has enjoyed a successful, enduring career. And at an age when Sinatra was embarrassing himself by blowing lyrics on stage, Rosselli hasn't lost a step.
Stand up. Come on, let's hear it for the circus tonight.
Judd, I honestly feel people in general are looking for something to hold on to. This world is in such a turmoil that he reminds them of what used to be.
So how does it feel to have all that on your shoulders, Jimmy?
I look forward to my paycheck every week.
Sinatra's gone, and Dino, and their era of ballads and saloon songs. Except for a few times a year when you should book early or sleep in your car. Old Brown Eyes is back.